Hello and welcome. We're going to take a look at what dripping is on an ecig. Um, Basically, you may have had your kit for a while and you've been using the tank system, which is a great system. You might find that it's a little lacking in flavor, or maybe you've just heard of everybody else's dripping and you want to know what it's about. So we're going to take a look. Let me just quickly run over exactly what I'm using here. Just a regular Ego battery, just like in your kit. Mine's a little longer because it's the extended one. And just a 510 atomizer. Let me just pull off the drip tip. And then the drip tip. And a drip tip, while it sounds like a fancy thing, is really nothing but a hole, as you see, so that you can drip onto your atomizer. If you really want to try it, you can even drip just with what you have now. Just pop off your cartridge, go ahead and put a few drips in. It's kind of nice to use a drip tip though, because it saves you time. So I've already dripped a couple of drops. Let's go ahead and take a puff and we'll see the vapor production. Really nice vapor. Really nice vapor. Also, excellent flavor. Great throat hit. All around, probably one of the best performing ways of vaping. So, what to know? Do you just drip a couple of drops and off you go to the races? Well, pretty much. First of all, I'm using a low resistance atomizer, and what that means is basically it allows more power through it quicker, and it heats up hotter. So it produces more vapor. Simple as that. You can use a regular, quite often I'll just use a regular atomizer and drip on that. I do find you go through a little bit more juice this way, but you get a lot more vapor too. It's a trade-off. The drip tip, they come in metal, they come in Delrin, which is like a type of plastic. This is a plastic one that I've had since pretty much the day I started. It's one of the only pieces that I rarely replace. You can also get big ones like this, so a big white one. I'll just go ahead and stick that on. And it's just a matter of comfort, they're about $10. Try a few out, see if you like them. Depending on how your mouth is built, they all pretty much do the same thing. There's also the metal ones. I personally am not a fan of them. Other people absolutely love them. Whichever you use, make sure you keep it clean, wash it. That should be pretty obvious. And here's a few little tips and tricks. You see the atomizer here. When you're dripping, try to hit the bridge. The bridge is that metal piece that goes across. You can't quite make it out there. You can sort of just see it. Anyhow, you want to hit that bridge, because what will happen is the juice will hit that bridge and roll back behind the heating element. I'll do like 2 down the middle and 1 on the side. 4 drips max on a LR addy, 2 or 3 drips on a regular addy. Other than that, another little trick I do, and I'm going to put my regular on here. Another little trick I do, and this is probably going to flood the atomizer when I do this, but that's okay too. I kind of want to show you that. We're going to go ahead and drip a couple of drops, so just drip it straight down like I was saying, and that'll hit the bridge. Now, if I just went ahead and took a puff on that, the problem is the juice may pool up in here, And on different drip tips like that white one I showed earlier, it happens quite often. So what I like to do is I like to hit the atomizer, which means to ignite it, which heats up in here and expands the air, while blowing kind of at an angle. And all that does is I'm listening for kind of a whistle sound. Like if you hear now, see it's plugged because you can't hear the atomizer. I'm pressing the button in front of the microphone. I'm going to go ahead and do my little blow trick. And you kind of heard that sound change. Now listen. Well, okay, it's going to make a liar out of me. Again, this is because I flooded the atomizer. No, it's because I have a dead battery. Okay, well, this works a whole lot better without a dead battery, so let's switch over to a non-dead battery. I hope. Yes. And there you go. When you hear that sound, you know that air is getting through because the sound's getting through. If there's a little bit of juice, you won't hear that crackle. Okay? Now, vapor production's not so high right now because I got too much juice in there. This is one of the most common things that new drippers do. They've over dripped. It's so simple to deal with. All you do is you get a piece of anything, and I happen to have a piece of paper here, so we'll use that. Unscrew it, and you may see that there's some extra juice there. Just wipe that off with a cloth. Take your atomizer over top of something, in this case a piece of paper, and just blow through it like it were a straw, and that'll get rid of all the extra juice. Okay, kind of dry it off a little bit, pop it back on the atomizer, or back on the battery I should say, and go ahead there you go. Now, because I just blew all of it out, which, by the way, even if you don't over drip, probably want to do that a couple of times. I do it about once a day, clean my atomizer out. It just keeps a nice fresh juice in there. So when do you drip? You know, because truthfully, right now I should drip, though you saw a lot of vapor. You'll know. It'll get this sort of metallic taste to it, and once you've done it for a little while, you pretty much know when to drip. It's about 3 drips is about a cigarette worth. Okay? Let's see, other things. You'll notice that there's little holes in your battery. Let's see if I can get up way up close here until it focuses, and I'll pull it away, and it's not going to work with me, but there we go. So you see there's little holes there. Right here where the gold turns to silver. Quite often you'll get juice that will drip out of that, and that can be a real drag. Just grab a cloth, wipe it out. You know, probably gonna have to blow out the atomizer at that point, just to dry it off. I'm actually looking for, here it is. So this drip tip here is a little too big, but most will allow you to put your beauty ring on so that even though you're dripping, you have what appears to be a regular ecig. And that's it. In fact, it even helps with dripping a little more than normal because it kind of keeps that heat in there. Anyway, I'm sure you've heard of dripping. Now you know what it is. Really easy to try. Really, even if you don't like it, what are you in? $10 to give it a try. It is a great way to vape. Maybe a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but it's worth it in the end. However, if you're happy with your Ego tank, or you know they also have the 510 tank, hey, by all means, keep doing that. This is just an option for you. So, thank you. This video was brought to you by Vape Info. So hopefully you're enjoying the site. Thanks a lot.